All right, guys, good morning. It's Mr. Woods. April 13th, first day of distance learning. So we're going to be talking about inequalities today. I know you guys have your notes. Go ahead and take a look at those where it says solving inequalities. The definition says inequalities tells us about a relative size of two values. And in science, sometimes in math, math is not always about the equals. It sometimes is about the total. So with equal signs, we know that if I had something like x equals 6, we know that there's one answer, x equals 6. Well, now, instead of equals, we're working with inequalities. Now that says something different. X, something different, 6. What does that mean? Well, this means that x is less than 6. So this portion of what we're learning, you guys are going to learn all about these inequalities and their meaning. So let's talk about the first few signs, okay? So this right here, see how the big sign is facing the variable, the big opening? We call that the Pac-Man. Okay, it's like this. Anytime the Pac-Man, which is this opening part, is facing the variable, that's telling you that it is greater than. Okay, greater than. Now, if I had this, and I had the same sign, but I put a little line underneath it, that tells me that x is greater than or equal to the number. So, for example, if it was a 6, this would say x is greater than or equal to 6. That means that it is 6 or greater or more. If I said x is greater than 6 and not included the equal sign there, then this would mean x is bigger than 6. It can't be 6. It has to be 7 or something else. Okay? When the point is at the variable, this means less than. And when the point is at the variable, the point is facing the variable, with the line underneath, that means less than or equal to. Okay, so those are the 4 inequality signs that you need to know. Greater than, when the Pac-Man's facing the x or the variable, whatever variable is there. Greater than or equal to. Less than, and then less than or equal to. Make sure you have those 4 signs understood. Okay? So, next thing now, you guys are going to be working with inequalities and finding out and identifying them on a graph. So what I want you to understand is there are 3 steps that we want to do, okay, when we are identifying an inequality on a graph. So what we have is the 3 steps. First, go straight to the number. These are in your notes. Go to the number that is in the inequality. Second, after you go to the number and you check to see where the number is, you want to know if you're going to use an open or a closed circle. Okay? So first we go to the number. After that, we want to look at the inequality sign. The inequality sign, whether it's greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. The inequality sign is going to determine whether we use an open or a closed circle. The third portion of the third step would be you're going to shade. Shade in which direction? Shade in which direction? Okay, and remember, you guys remember on the number line, we used to have a number line here. Okay, if 0 is here, 5 is here, and -5 is here, greater than goes to the right. Less than would go to the left. So let's take an example here. Let's take a little look before you guys get into your lesson on how I would go about identifying that. So here's an inequality. I give you x, and then I give you this, and then I give you that. Well, we always want to read it this way, okay? From the variable out. Sorry, almost erased my 7 there. From the variable out, we want to read it x. Since I have the point, the little point at the x, it'd be x is less than or equal to 7. X is less than or equal to 7. So remember, we have 3 steps when we want to identify it and graph it. First, we're going to go to the number. Step 1, go to the number. Here's 0. Here's 7. I go to the number. Second, open circle or closed circle. Check your notes, but it'll show you when I have this line here, that means that I am doing a closed circle because my answer includes the number 7. Third step, which direction am I shading? Am I shading to the greater than or to the less than? X is less than. And what this does sometimes, you see this L that you can make with your left hand? Because the less than goes to the left then, and I used my left hand. Pretty creative, eh? All right, so this tells me I got to shade to the left. What this means is, what is my answer? My answer can be 7 or any number that is less than 7. So it could be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, negative 100. Any number that I plug in there, as long as it's 7 or less, goes this way. Okay, so remember our steps. Go to the number. Open or close circle. And let me identify. I know it's in your notes, but I'll tell you here. Anytime you have an inequality sign with the line underneath, this means closed circle because it is including the number. Anytime you have an inequality sign where there is no line underneath, this means open circle because it does not include the number. Okay? So this is just our beginning. This is day 1, April 13th. What I want you to do, I gave you a CUDA handout on identifying graphs and inequalities. And I also assigned page 262 in our Into Math textbook. It is on our Google Classroom. You're going to be doing numbers 1 through 12. Please as well, tell me how you guys have been hanging in there over this COVID-19 pandemic on your free write. Those are your 3 assignments for this week. Submit them if you want to improve on a grade for the 4th quarter, or utilize them as an enrichment lesson if you choose where you would not have to turn them in. Submit them if you'd like. Can't wait to see your guys' work. Have a great day. And if you have any questions, send me an email. Mr. Woods, out.